Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am. Oh Lord. You know what?
We are your hosts for Cozy Sips with Cat. I am Cassie Verano, and this is not Ty's blooper, but it was my blooper because I did not give you ladies the intro music, but y'all keep on loving us anyway. So I am Cassie Verano, and this is my amazing co-host.
Ty. Oh my! It was yeah. That's just funny to me because I sure was like, this is not right. I'm trying to figure out what's not right about this, but I couldn't figure out what was not right. And it was because yes, we didn't have our intro, and then you just come on and start talking. So I'm like, oh,
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, we have a wonderful episode for you ladies today. It is all about fall and why we love the fall. So we're excited to really jump into it. I know some of you haven't joined us quite yet because unfortunately, StreamYard has Facebook no longer allows us to stream from StreamYard. So we're going to have to figure something out, figure out a way to fix that and get ourselves back going again. But in the meantime, you all can always join us on YouTube and check us out. So let's get into it.
all right.
Well, first of all, fall. So
Hey, Carla.
I am always super focused when fall comes in, and I know that it's coming. Lately, my life has been crazy, crazy, just crazy, and mostly at work more so than the writing world these days. There's been a lot going on at work with different audits and stuff that we're working on, so that's been taking my focus a lot. But my daughter messaged me Sunday and was like, "Happy fall, mama," because I'm always the one, fall, all over social media and everything, and I didn't do it. And so I said something on Monday, like, "Hey guys, I forgot it's fall, but happy fall." So I got to thinking, what an awesome show it would be to focus on me and Ty's favorite season and all the reasons we love it.
Yes, I'm with you on that because I mean, this is how crazy busy I am. It's been crazy. Like I had an audiobook release drop today, and I didn't even advertise it or post it until like I got home from work. It's been one of those where, um, it's been a day. That's all
Okay.
I'll say. It's the weekend was good. Not saying I would see my daughter, but it has been a day in terms of I woke up with a heavy heart. You know, sometimes you just wake up heavy, no real explanation why. It's just one of
Yep.
those days. But luckily the day got better as as time went on, and now I'm feeling pretty good. So definitely glad we're talking about our favorite season, autumn.
Absolutely. And
Yes.
I think that's another thing too with the season, even though as much as we
Mhm.
love it, there is always that little down spell because you're coming off of all these summer vacations, kids being out of school, people traveling, going to the beach, the hot weather, and you're going to a season where the world as a whole just slows down. Life slows down and everything comes to a crawl, and you're preparing. It's like we're going into hibernation the same way the bears are. You know what I mean? And I
Yes.
think,
Yeah.
in a way, outside of physically taking its toll on our body, because your girl like to snack. So because I'm a snacker, I'm gonna pack on a few more over the fall and winter. Even though I swear up and down I'm not going to, but I know that I am. But it's like everything just kind of comes to a crawl. You're not as active anymore, and I think your emotions tend to slow down a little bit too. But
It is.
we're not.
It's
Go ahead.
those, but I was gonna say, yeah, changing the seasons is always different. It's always ebbs and flows. I'll say that's ebbs and flows.
Absolutely.
But we're
But
talking
we
about
are going to talk about why we
fall.
love it.
Yes,
And
talking about the
so
best.
let me say my first reason. Oh, I love that pumpkin. Did y'all notice that her nails matches her pumpkin? Show them off, girl. Do the Vanna White. Just there you go. There you.
How
I
she
love
does.
it.
It's a million at 10 times over just doing this.
Gotta love it. So, sweater and boots weather.
Yep.
Number one reason. Absolute
Yep.
number one. So, Ty and I have on our fall apparel today. Yeah. So, I like wearing my little shawls and things and my pullover sweaters. It's still kind of hot here in Atlanta,
It
so I
is.
didn't go all in, y'all, and put on like the big heavy sweaters that I love. But I'm gonna be a little bit extra right now. I got my boots.
Nice. I love those boots. I love
It's
those
a little
boots.
bit of a shoe cam. So, favorite reason. Number one favorite reason. Number two for me, I would have to say, is the beautiful landscape. The changing of
Yeah.
the scenery,
Yeah.
the leaves falling, the weather becomes crisp and cool. So, absolutely great reprieve from all the heat that we have. Now, this isn't fall related, but it happens in the fall. The Christmas movies start coming on.
Yes.
I am sitting on my couch on Halloween, and kids are at the door getting candy, and I'm watching Christmas movies.
It starts October 18th.
Yes. And Ruby has already sent me my list that I need. She sends them to me every year faithfully, and I need to post them out there on social media so everybody can see them. But
Yes.
Christmas movies come on, and
Yep.
I absolutely love it. And all I want to do is write Christmas movies, books, movies. Anyway, number four, as I said before, the world does slow down, and it's time to just kind of cozy and cuddle up. You want to lay on the couch, you want to watch your Hallmark movies, and you just want to chill. And I find for me, I don't know if for everybody else, but I find for me that my schedule tends to not be as hectic in the fall until, of course, we get closer to the holidays. But
Hmm.
like right through September and October, things slow down a little bit. Hey, Donna. And things slow down, we start being able to breathe a little better and just chill out and relax. So that is my number four reason. And number five reason is because authors write amazing books for the fall. Books like Autumn Kisses by Tay Russ and Autumn Falls by Ty Love. And so they got all these wonderful books that we fall in love with. And
I gotta show it just because you mentioned it.
you got to. Absolutely. Y'all, this was my favorite book in that series. And I think this is like, I want to say either my second or third book of yours that I wrote. And I love, love, love her and her energy. I love the story. Cannot wait for the follow ups to come. I'm going
Yes,
to
the wedding
put that
season,
there.
which is dropping in October, so I'm excited about that. For
Yeah.
those who, Autumn Falls is my ode to FAMU. If you see the colors, orange and green, not only as it stands for fall, but if you know anything about HBCU, the fall, the best part is the football games, and the best part of football games is the marching band. So this is like a forced proximity and kind of an enemies to lover, roommates to lovers, and he is a drum major. Now, in other places, drum majors, band people are considered geeks, but not on a HBCU campus. They tend to be just as popular as the football and basketball players. So I just wanted to give that as an ode because I also had a crush on the drum major. So this was like my ode to him, and he had the curly hair and all of that. So the way I described Quincy is similar to how this young man at the time looked, and this is Autumn Fall. So yeah, favorite, and my family's loud. Favorite, yes,
But let
book.
me ask you something. You said football season. So are you a huge football fan?
I'll say this: I grew up being a big football fan because my father was a coach, so I knew all the positions, I knew all the players, I knew everything. Over the
Hmm.
years, as I gotten older, not so much. I still like if I sit down, I'll catch a good football, but not like the way I was when I was younger, where I would just basically I could tell you what's happening. I knew what was. But if I go to a game or see a game, I know exactly what's happening, what's going on,
Okay.
all that good stuff. But it's
My
a good time for
daughter,
the fall.
my daughter's boyfriend is an Atlanta Falcons fan, and he does not.
Saints, you can't bring that up. Dirty
Oh,
birds? Are you freaking kidding me? We gonna fight over here now? We ain't never had no
I'm
argument.
in the
You can't bring
ATL.
up you can't
I'm
bring
in
up
the
Atlanta
ATL.
Falcons against the New
I'm in the
Orleans Saints fan.
ATL.
Sorry.
I'm in the
Huh?
ATL. I'm in the ATL. I got to represent my city. But That is his favorite team. And she's so funny because she told me the other day she was on TikTok. She said, Mom, she said they got all this football stuff for football parties. I said, what are you talking about? She was like, they have plates shaped like a football. And I just looked at her and they were like crickets for a minute. I said, sweetheart, those have been out forever. Like, I think those was out when I was a teenager. Where have you been? But it made me realize how she wasn't into the sport until, kind of like how you say with your dad, you were, knew more about it because of him.
Yeah.
Well, she was not into it until she started dating this guy. And I've never been a football fan, I'm not going to lie, because I don't understand it. I was rooting for the wrong team when my son was playing one time. My husband had to make me sit down. Sorry. Basketball and baseball, I'm good. But football just goes over your girl's head. And my husband used to watch all the sports, but unfortunately, when Kobe died, he stopped watching all sports altogether, except for boxing and MMA.
Okay.
But the other sports, he kind of stopped watching them. So,
Okay.
um, we don't really have all that going on anymore. But yeah, I was just wondering about that with you when you mentioned that if you were a huge football fan. And
That's why I
Duvall, you
do. I
are.
think that's why I do a lot of sports romance because originally my major was sports broadcast. Like I wanted to be a broadcast journalist. I wanted to be one of the women on ESPN. So
Oh,
I think that's why I really like writing sports romance. I really used to be like a tomboy about sports.
you know what? For some reason, I can see that. I can so see you doing that. Like, and I bet you would have been phenomenal. Yeah, when we did Diamond Lake, I had to run the tie on a lot of stuff about the sports. I was like, hey, well, can you do this and how does this work? So yeah, she's the sports girl, but I can still see you doing the sportscaster.
Yes, that's my like people say that's my jam. So um we'll say that about the fall. My likes are some is basically what she said, and plus I can wear my hair straight in the fall. Even though it's hot here, I just took a chance because I went to Baltimore over the weekend that it'll be a little cooler there, and it was. So my hair is lasting for right now, but it's hot. It's just not as hot as it has been. But that's the
Mm.
benefit for me because my hair froze up real quick. So that's one good thing about the fall. I can actually decide to, wear a blowout and it'll stay.
And
So
it is beautiful.
thank you. And so I do like that about the fall, along with it being cool and crisp and just beautiful. And October is my favorite month just because I just feel like I don't know. People just I don't know. We're going into the holiday season, I guess, and people just kind of chill, as you say. There's, I love sitting outside and eating, like only
Hmm.
in the fall and sometimes the winter, but I don't like really sitting outside when it's summer. And just, I love nature. So if I can be out in nature, that's why I like the fall, I believe.
And what about your favorite activities to do during the fall?
I really I don't think I have any like except for like watching Hallmark movies, of course, but I don't
Hmm.
really have like activities I would say that's just fall specific. I just know
Hmm.
that like eating outside, stuff like that changes. I become more of a want to be outside person in the fall than I do in the summer. Like I might say, let's go to outdoor mall and walk around, or because I actually do like walking. I like walking a lot, but
Okay.
because it's hot most of the time, I don't get that opportunity. So for me, it's probably more if it's anything, it'll be uh, side. And Donna Clark said, I do agree concerning my hair in the fall. Yes.
And I think a lot of us, I think a lot of us would probably agree with you on that, especially for people like me who are natural. And
Mm-hmm.
if we decide to blow our hair out and wear it straight, yeah, it ain't happening in the summer.
Yeah. Yes. And bake and eat. Yeah, I probably don't bake more. I probably don't. I start baking more when it get holiday time, like Thanksgiving and Christmas. But in between, I probably actually eat out more because I love eating outside, outdoors. No, it sounds weird, but it just makes me feel peaceful to grab like a coffee, or tea, and hot cocoa is my favorite because I'm really not the biggest hot coffee drinker. Just sitting outside, drinking something nice, as Rosalind says. Hi, ladies, how you doing?
Hey, Roz. But you know what? I can see that. And oh, we forgot to share our cozy sips. But I can see that because the temperatures are cooler. that you wouldn't mind eating outside. And the added bonus is you don't have all the bugs flying around because like the
Exactly.
flies are driving me crazy. Um,
Yes.
I am drinking sangria tonight. What? Oh, she said pumpkin spice lattes. I think I'm gonna add that to my list and visiting wineries. I like that.
The
What are you
visiting
drinking?
wineries is nice down. Um, Veronica said yes to the hot chocolate. Yes, hot chocolate. And my daughter, let me tell you, my daughter who wants to be a chef,
Yeah.
she makes the best hot chocolate. I don't know what she do to it. She won't tell me what she does to it, but we all be like, "You making hot chocolate for us? Are you making hot chocolate?" And she like, "Mm-hmm. I'll make it." Like, like I hate that I showed y'all I know how to make it well because nobody else won't make it now. It's all her, and she's now she's in college, so we like when you come home, you got to make us that hot chocolate.
So I'm gonna say top five activities that I'm aiming to do this year. I'm not gonna say my favorite
Mhm.
because I'm trying to switch some things up. But I haven't been to a pumpkin patch and done a hayride in a while, not since the kids were little. And now that they're grown, but we've got the grandkids. I
Mhm.
want to take them there because I have never taken them before. So that's number one. Number
I haven't did a
two,
hayride since I was a kid. I didn't even do it
oh
with my
wow,
I'm like,
yeah,
when you
it's
said that,
been
I'm like, oh
fun.
my God, I had to be like 8 or 9
Yep,
last
with
time.
the apple cider and everything. Oh my
Yeah,
God, I just love
yeah.
doing
Wow.
it. Number two, apple picking, and so I took my number two and combined it with something else only because Donna hopped on here and said something that made me think about what I need to add to my list. But my number two is apple picking and corn maze. I wanna. I've never picked apples before,
Hmm.
and I want to do that. I think in my mind it's going to be a really romantic thing. I even freaking researched for a book one time how to pick the apple and how you got to give it just the right little twist and then the quick pull. And yeah, I'm being a nerdy girl right now, but it's okay. So I want to do that.
Only you can
Uh,
make that romantic. Okay, but go ahead with that.
just when he comes up behind you and holds you up right on that on the stool on the little step ladder while you're reaching up there to make sure you don't fall. And if you do kind of fall, you fall back and he grabs you just right. But I'm not gonna fall because I be to put my husband back out in my.
Exactly. I'm about to say, when he watching this, he gonna be like, "Excuse me, is that the plane?"
It can be romantic in the book, but in real life, your girl got curves and your girl got thickness for days,
Oh,
and we're getting older.
yeah,
Let me
yeah,
say
yeah,
that.
yeah. He'd probably be like, "All right, babe, you gotta get up. Come on."
And true life story, embarrassing, but when I fall, he hates it when I fall because I don't get up. I will lay there.
That's why he's exactly. Then we're gonna be like, "All right, all right."
He's like, if you don't get your ass up, I'll just lay there for a minute. And I don't have a cute fall. And I always tend to fall forward for some strange reason or fall up steps. I don't know. I don't fall down steps. I fall up steps. Or one time I fell forward coming up the steps to my porch and hit my head against the screen door. Ran, just kind of lost complete control, and I went bam. The neighbors were outside next door, and I just wanted to die. And my husband and my daughter was behind me, laughing their butt off. I was so embarrassed. So yeah, we're gonna be a little chiller with the apples because I don't want to be laying down in the loving orchard with apples falling everywhere all around me, and I'm just laying there. People looking at me like, really, really. So yeah, bonfire in the backyard. Yep, she says bonfires on the beach or backyard is another one. That was my number three. We do those quite often in our backyard. And so when we do it, we'll have the s'mores. I'm not a fan of s'mores, but I just like the whole practice of making them.
Yeah, I like to make
Um,
them. I'm not. I don't really like the way they
yeah.
taste, but I do like just the fun in
And
making them. Yeah,
yeah, and the hot dogs. So
yeah.
I like those, and I will eat the hot dogs, but not so much the s'mores. Um, Fall festivals is my number four, and they have a Chastain Park Arts Festival that I want to attend this year. I used to go to
Wow.
arts festivals a lot when I was younger, but I kind of stopped because everybody started wanting to bring their dogs, especially at Piedmont Park, and I'm terrified of dogs. And it would be okay if they kept them on a leash, and knowing that we have leash laws, but people do what they want to do.
Yes,
So,
and now because emotional support animals, you got dogs everywhere now. They'll
mhm, mhm.
I try to be because this is what I do for a living, and I actually
Yeah,
write letters, give people permission to have them. But at the same time,
yeah,
I'm like, really,
yeah,
everywhere?
yeah, yeah. All in the stores. I've even seen one in a restaurant, and I turned around and left. I'm just like, that's too much. Yeah, I'm not. But and my number five, thank you, Donna, is the winery. I have to go to the winery now. Got to
That's
do
a,
it.
that's a good one. That's definitely good. Don, you got some good suggestions. I'm gonna have
Yes,
you gonna
she
have to
does.
just give us
She
a whole
does.
list. Like this is what.
Donna likes to travel a lot too. She says she's fallen stepping into an elevator at work. Her coworkers couldn't wait to view the footage. That is so mean. Not cool. Not cool at all. Mm. Top five favorite foods. I love, love, love creamy soups. And I know they're not healthy for you, and I know they're fattening, but they're so delicious. So, number one, broccoli and potato soup. And I got to get one soon. And I was thinking about it because my daughter made a soup the other night. It was a broccoli and chicken soup, and it had carrots and some other stuff in there. And I go in, and it's all nice and creamy. I said, "Where are the potatoes?" She's like, "Mom, ain't no potatoes in my soup." I think it's something she got off of TikTok or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Chili, we eat chili year round. I love chili. Sometimes I'll eat chili in the summertime, even though it is more of a fall food. Sweet potato pie is my number two. Do you eat sweet potato or pumpkin?
Neither one.
Neither one. Okay.
I don't like
I
the.
forgot. You did say that you like even when it comes to
I
Thanksgiving,
don't
you're
like
not big on
Thanksgiving
those.
food. Not really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You did tell me that.
Yeah.
Um, chicken pot
Except
pie
mac
number
and cheese. Except mac and cheese.
three. Everybody loves the mac and cheese.
Exactly. Like
Gotta
I
have
can't
the
go
mac and
with
cheese.
mac and cheese. But go
Um,
ahead.
oh, chicken pot pie. I like
Oh,
them from
I think
scratch.
I went through I haven't had chicken pot pie in a while, but there was a time where I had to have chicken pot pie almost every day. Like I was buying them little banquets or them whatever you call them.
Marie Calendar.
Yeah, Marie Callender's.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, okay, okay. These are not the most healthy things, and I was just almost every day had to go put it in the oven, sit and watch a little movie, and eat my little chicken pot pie. I was like, okay, it's too much.
I went through a phase where I was eating them for lunch all the time, and I got sick and tired of them. But made from scratch, that's a whole different thing. Rosalind says sweet potato. She prefers sweet potato over pumpkin. Um, this isn't really a fall one. Yeah, this isn't really a fall one, but for some reason, smothered pork chops made it on my list.
Okay.
Smothered pork chops with mashed potatoes. I think I was hungry when I made them.
She's like, food I need to cook right now.
Because I was
That's
thinking about
funny.
no pork chops. I was thinking about some green beans and corn. And then I got to thinking about the doggone what type of bread I wanted to go with it. And I was like, stop. You're supposed to be making a list.
Oh, that's
And I'll be cooking this weekend. I'm going to be cooking.
I hear that. I mean, for me, I would have to say agree with the soups.
Uh-huh,
I'm a creamy person. Soup too. Mine is potato without. Well, I don't need bacon, so it'll be cheesy potato soup and cheddar
that
and
sounds
broccoli. Those
I
are
like
my
that.
like. I know how you say you combine it. I never did it
Uh-huh,
combined.
uh-huh.
What you call them? I can only get it. I only get it when I go to Olive Garden. The nochi soup. Is it called the nochi or
I
nachi?
know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know how to
I
pronounce
got
it, but yeah,
okay.
yeah. Hmm,
If you got
hmm.
one of because I first never ordered because I didn't know what it was. But then I was like, let me order that. And then I was like, I never should have ordered that because that's just straight like one of the it's like chicken and dumplings to me. And
I love chicken and dumplings.
yes, and I haven't eaten it since my grandmother died because that was her like chicken and dumplings. She's the only
Oh.
one that could just like kill it. My dad almost, but not even. He's like, I'm not. He stopped trying because he was like, she's no longer here, and he was like, that's just something that has to go to, her grave. But oh man, man,
It was
I
the same way
haven't had
for
it
me
since
for
then
my
because I
father's
don't think
grandmother.
she
She
could
can
make
make it really good.
it. Mm-hmm.
And I have not had anybody who could make it the way my dad's mom made it,
Yes,
but
my
I
dad's
still,
mom too. Ironically, yes, she can make
yeah,
them chicken
yeah.
and dumplings. But yeah, it would be that hot cocoa because
That's
this
a good
time
one.
you can find I can just go get me one and just feel happy with my whipped cream and
Yep.
life is good. Cinnamon, life is good.
I'm
Uh,
surprised I didn't that didn't make my list because we usually put up a whole hot cocoa station in our kitchen
mhm.
in the fall with the peppermints and the
Yep.
marshmallows and all that stuff, especially for the kids. What did Veronica say? I
She
missed
said I
that.
love some chicken and dumplings too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, I would say, I mean, and probably chili because I don't eat chili until I might eat the little hot dog chili, but in terms of
Uh-huh.
actually making chili,
Hmm.
that is a fall thing for me in a crock pot or whatever.
Hmm.
Um,
Do you prefer veggie or do you have meat in yours?
I have turkey. I do
Okay.
everything with ground turkey.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I
Um,
don't eat ground beef.
yeah, so it'd be ground turkey and beans,
Yeah.
and some tomatoes. It's actually pretty good. Uh, I eat, like you said, it's more stuff. I'm trying to think what else. I guess. I mean, I still eat whatever else I ate during the whole year, but
Yep.
then
Yep.
these are, uh,
Things that just get introduced that fall.
yeah, yeah. Because I
Yeah.
won't drink hot cocoa year round. It'll only be
Yeah.
when it starts to get like some people drink it no matter what, but for me, it'll start in October probably. And well, in honor of today I had, but normally it would be October and on the chili the same way, and most of the soups. Or I'm not feeling well. That's
Hmm.
when I'll do a soup. But other than that, it gets cold and I start doing it.
I like that.
Ronnie said her mother in law will make the chicken and dumplings when she
Ooh,
requests. Nice, love it.
yeah, and that is so sweet.
All this comfort
Um,
food.
Orange cranberry muffins are something that only comes out at Dunkin' Donuts during the fall, and I love them.
I've had those. Those are good. I know my friend Patrice, who you've met. She is like this is her season. Like she likes all the pumpkin spice, everything pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. With all the different lattes, the different. Um, that's just her thing. Like she was like and the donuts that come out, the cook, like anything
Yep.
that has the pumpkin in it or the spice, cinnamon spice, whatever that is her thing. And I'm like, it's all right.
I'm gonna try what Donna said. What was it? A
Orange
pumpkin
cranberry
spice
stones sounds good.
latte. I think she said earlier the pumpkin spice latte. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah,
I really want to try one of
it's
those.
probably good.
We just
It's
had a
probably
coffee shop. Well, we didn't just have it. It opened. I want to say might have been the end of last year, and I still haven't been to it yet. Everybody in my household has been up there with me, but I'm gonna go up there and do some writing one day and see what type of fall drinks they have to offer.
nice. Yeah, I like fall drinks. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let's talk books. So I was explaining to Ty that I got to thinking about books, and so even though we both write romance, my absolute favorite genre to read is mystery. I like mystery books, suspense. I like cozy mysteries. Um, Not huge on psychological thrillers, but I think I might try some this fall. And I don't do sci-fi at all.
Yeah.
But I went out on some lists, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I told Ty I think it was USA Today and some other list, and I don't remember what it was now that we're back here. But I went out and looked up books that were coming out this fall or are already out and that were really good books to read. And so I'm going to go through. I've got two different lists. I've got a list of top five romance books to read and a top five just books. Which y'all want first?
Let's go for the suspense.
Okay.
That's my
So,
choice. Now somebody can jump in and say something else.
okay.
Or the mysteries.
So we are going to
Because
start
that's also
with
my favorite genre outside of romance.
history.
Yeah.
Uh, Y'all, I'm blind and I don't know what I did with my glasses. I hope I'm about to put up the right book. This is horrible.
Miss Ronnie argued for romance. She's like romance. But we're gonna go
Oh,
with the
so well, we jump right into mystery. Sorry, Ronnie. So we are going to go with the first book on. Okay, so Rosalind said mystery, so you were outnumbered, right? We're going to go with Entitlement. And Entitlement is a mystery, thriller, and suspense. It only has 3.5 stars on Amazon. However, I have learned that people can be very critical in reviews. And with that being said, I really, because I heard about it actually on another podcast, which made me go out and research it. And then I saw it on this top list. So that's what made me decide I really want to read it. So it's a novel of money and morality, and it's from New York Times bestselling author Ruman Alam, I think is how you pronounce the name. And it says, Brooke wants. She isn't in need, but there are things she wants. A sense of purpose, for instance. She wants to make a difference in the world, to impress her mother along the way, to spend time with friends and secure her independence. Her job assisting an octogenarian billionaire in his quest to give away a vast fortune could help her achieve many of these goals. It may inspire new desires as well. Proximity to wealth turns out to be nothing less than transformative. What is money, really, but a kind of belief? Taught, taught unsettling and alive to the seductive distortions of money, Entitlement is a riveting tale for our new gilded age, a story that confidently considers, I can't read tonight, y'all, considers questions about need and worth, race and privilege, philanthropy and generosity, passion and obsession. It is a provocative, propulsive novel about the American generation. So that's my first one. Want to read it. I don't know. I didn't get how it's going to be a mystery and suspense, but because I don't know that and I'm nosy and it was enough to pull me in, I got to go and read it and figure out what's going on with it. So, and then the cover kind of gives me those vibes as well, just a little bit like something's going on there. So, and then,
Rosin said it didn't really sound like a mystery to her, but
no, it didn't, but I'm going to check it out and figure it out. And if it does end up being that, I will post about it in the group. And I'll probably even come back and post about it here so that you guys can know whether it really was or not. Now, number two, and this one definitely is one. My background just got loud for some strange reason. I don't know. Sounds like I hear some water running somewhere. We Solve Murders. And this is from Richard Osman. This is a cozy mystery, and it has a 4.5. Steve Wheeler is enjoying retired life. He still does the odd bit of investigation work, but he prefers his familiar routines: the pub quiz, his favorite bench, his cat waiting for him at home. His days of adventure are over. Adrenaline, his daughter-in-law, Adrenaline, told y'all I can't read. Adrenaline is daughter-in-law Amy's job now. Ty, Ty, did I freeze or you froze?
can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
lost you. Okay, I
No,
lost you.
no, 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 no. I was. Go ahead, go ahead. Something happened.
Okay,
You're fine. Something happened on my end.
okay. Well, y'all know I be having some of them problems sometimes. So I just had to double check before I kept reading. Adrenaline is daughter in law Amy's job now. Amy Wheeler thinks adrenaline is good for the soul. Working in private security every day is dangerous. She's currently on a remote island protecting mega best-selling author Rosie D'Antonio until a dead body and a bag of money mean trouble in paradise. So she sends an SOS to the only person she trusts. As a thrilling race around the world begins, can Amy and Steve outrun and outsmart a killer? Solving murders, it's a family's business. So that's my number two. And that one clearly sounds like it is definitely obviously a mystery, a
Yeah,
little
we
cozy
solve
mystery. And
murders.
I like
Yes.
those. Yeah. I used to love James Patterson's The Women's Book
Adam's
Club. I
cross.
can't,
Oh, you talking
um,
about the? I got you. You talking about the? I know what you're talking.
yeah, I like that too. But I used to love, I think it was like a women's detective group of ladies who used to solve the mysteries. I used to
I know
love
what you're talking
those.
about. I can't think of the name of, it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Um,
If any of y'all know the name, let us know.
Drop it down there. And then number
That's
three on the
interesting.
list is Mad Woman. Um, and this is by Chelsea Beaker. It has a 4.3 and it's suspense. It says it's the rare kind of book that lives in your bones. Mad Woman is a gripping story of motherhood and mother loss and the brutal, mighty things women do to keep themselves and each other alive, making the arrival of a major fiction talent. The world is not made for mothers, yet mothers made the world. Clove has gone to extremes to keep her past a secret. Thanks to her lies, she's landed the life of her dreams, complete with a safe husband and two adoring children who will never know the terror that was her routine in her own childhood. If her buried anxiety threatens to breach the surface, Clove, if that really is her name, focuses on finding the right supplement, the right gratitude mediation. But when she receives a letter from a women's prison in California, her past comes screeching into the present, entangling her in a dangerous game with memory and the people she thought she had outrun. As we race between her precious present day life in Portland, Oregon, and her childhood in a Waikiki high rise with her mother and father, Clove is forced to finally unravel the defining day of her life. How did she survive that day, and what will it take to end the cycle of violence? Will the truth undo her, or could it ultimately save her? So I thought that one was really interesting and definitely looking forward to reading that. I don't know. I think for me, the cover really pulled me in
It
even
did. No,
more
that's a
so than
nice cover.
anything. Yeah,
That's a
I
nice
really
cover.
like that cover. And then just the whole focus on mothers has got me like, what happened? Is she a mother? Did she do something to her kids? Or, I get to going all over the place with my thoughts and my theories and my all the things that go through my head. Now, this book has popped up in a few different places that I've been
That's
searching.
that's true, Roz. And you said Woman's Murders Club. That show wasn't named the series.
Oh
She just
yeah,
went back
yeah.
and said
I
that
used to
wasn't
love
the
that. That
series.
was good.
Yeah, it was.
And then this one is, and I might be pronouncing this wrong, so you guys forgive me, but it's Guilt and Geneton. I'm not sure if that's the correct way to pronounce it or not. It said
It
this is
sounds
by,
Indian. Is it?
huh?
Sounds Indian. I wonder if it's
Yeah,
Indian.
it's by Mia P. Manansala. She's an Indian author.
Okay. Okay.
And it's another cozy mystery. It says autumn is in full swing for the town of Shady Palms, the perfect time for warm drinks, cozy cardigans, and dead bodies. We like that. The annual Shady Palms Corn Festival is one of the town's biggest moneymakers, drawing crowds from all over the Midwest looking to partake in delicious treats, local crafts, and of course, the second largest corn maze in Illinois. Lila Macapagal and her Bruja Cafe crew, Adina Awan and Elena Torres, are all too happy to participate in the event and even make a little wager on who can make it through the corn maze the fastest. But their fun is suddenly cut short when a dead body is found in the middle of the maze, and an unconscious Adina lies next to it, clutching a bloody knife. The body is discovered to be a local politician's wife. Oh, and all signs, murder weapon point to Adina as the culprit. But Lila knows her best friend couldn't have done this, so she and her crew put on their sleuthing caps yet again to find the killer who framed Adina and show them what happens when they mess with a bruja. I like that. I think that's going to be really good. That reminds me of, say that again. Was it the Woman's Murder Mystery Club?
Woman's Murder Club.
The Woman's Murder Club. Yeah, that kind of puts me in the mind of that. I like it when the people all come together to work towards solving a mystery, when something like that is going on. And I love it when the main character somehow becomes the prime suspect. Like, I don't know, that gives me like this crazy adrenaline rush, and I'm just all up in arms, like, oh my God, I get so deep into that.
I, all I need for me, I don't know. I really do want to. I hope I can do this, which is take some time off just to read, like really read. I don't,
Mhm.
read like I used to. Definitely, you already know that. It's amazing to me that you can still read as much as you do, or any author that I talk to, and they always like, you gotta read, you still gotta read. I'm like I have. It's like, yeah, yeah, I can read here and there. I'm not saying I don't, but it just takes me a long time to get through stuff now.
Yeah.
But I do want to have it where where I can just like chill and just.
Yep.
There's so much I need to catch up on, and hearing all these good books, I'm just like. And I went to the over the weekend and walking in Books a Million and Barnes and Nobles. It's just like I'm just walking around like, oh my God, so many choices, so many options. You can never ever run out of something to read.
Right. And I think for me, I'm going to, I read a lot when I'm eating. I love reading while I'm eating. And I read when I'm walking to the elevator and while I'm riding on the elevator if I'm by myself. Um, and sometimes I'll read on the bus if I've had a particularly grueling day at work and I don't feel like writing on the way home, I'll read because it helps me to relax and unwind. And sometimes I'll just, take out, like, say it might be a Saturday or Sunday, and I'll just take an hour or 2 hours. And it's just like, you know what? I don't feel like writing right now. I don't feel very creative. Let me read. So, I'll get it in those times. And I definitely want to do more of that in the fall and especially get back to my first love of mystery because I absolutely love mysteries. And I love trying to figure out who did it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I usually surprise myself that I'm pretty good about figuring out who did it, even when it's like the most unlikely person you would ever suspect. So, but not so good at
What?
writing a mystery. I'm gonna stay away from those.
Yeah, I want. What's her name? Why do I always forget her name? That that in Atlanta, in Georgia, your person. That
Um,
writes murder mysteries.
Stacey
She's really,
Abrams.
yeah, Stacey Abrams. Her books are
Uh,
good. I read a couple of them.
I need to read her. I have
Her
not
mystery
read
is
her.
good. Her mysteries are good. One took place in New Orleans, so I was like, oh, this is really good. Took place in
Oh
New
yeah, so
Orleans.
that was right up your alley.
It's interracial. It was interracial and New Orleans.
Hmm.
It had interracial romance in it. So for those who like interracial romance and mystery, her books. I don't know if all of them are like that, but I read a couple who definitely was interracial.
And then here's the last one on the top five. Um, kind of mystery suspense like books. And it's called Lazarus Man, and this is by Richard Price. Um, this will actually come out November 12th, 2024, so it's not out yet. It says East Harlem 2008. In an instant, a five-story tenement collapses into a fuming hill of rubble, pancaking the cars parked in front and coating the street with a thick layer of ash. As the city's rescue services and media outlets respond, the surrounding neighborhood descends into chaos. At day's end, six bodies are recovered, but many of the other tenants are missing. In Lazarus Man, Richard Price, one of the greatest chronicles of life in urban America, creates intertwining portraits of a group of compelling and singular characters whose lives are permanently impacted by the disaster. Anthony Carter, whose miraculous survival after being buried for days beneath tons of brick and stone, transforms him into a man with a message and a passionate sense of mission. Felix Pearl, a young transplant to the city whose photography and film work that day, provokes in this previously unformed soul a sharp sense of personal destiny. Royal Davis, owner of a failing Harlem funeral home, whose desperate trolling of the scene for potential customers, that's so gruesome, triggers a quest to find another path in life. And Mary Rowe, a veteran city detective who, driven in part by her own family's brutal history, becomes obsessed with finding Christopher Diaz, one of the buildings missing. Price, the best-selling author of Lush Life and most recently The Whites, has created a bravura portrait of a community on the edge of disintegration. Rich with indelible characters and high drama, Lazarus Man is a riveting work of suspense and social vision by one of our major writers. Who are you laughing at?
What Donna said.
What did she
From
say?
Inch Hot Private Eye to the Rescue,
She's
Veronica Jefferson.
oh Lord. So that is that. And then finally, for our last top five, did you have anything you wanted to? I'm reading all day, every day, but I still want to hide from the world and do nothing but read without any interruption. That's how I feel about writing, Veronica. Reading sometimes, but definitely about writing. And that can create that can create some uncomfortable moments in the home sometimes because they're like, "Hey, we need you," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I want to go write. Can I just go write?" And they're like, "You've been writing for the last 3, 4 hours." Yeah, but I just need one more hour, just maybe two. So I feel you. I definitely feel you on that. Now the top 5 romance books. So this is the first one. I had not heard of the first one. I stumbled across the second one on that list that I was looking at. And so then when I went to it, I found out that there was a first one, and I wasn't sure if it was a standalone or not, but kind of from reading it a little bit, I thought it might be. So I said, well, why not put both of them on the list?
I saw. I never, of course, as y'all just know, I don't hardly read. But
Uh-huh.
the when I saw this cover, the first one, the Davenports, I was like, such a beautiful cover, and that was a while
Yeah,
ago. It's like isn't it
absolutely.
like a new adult romance? I believe it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then it says, okay, let's see. Uh, hmm. The Davenports delivers a totally escapist, swoon-worthy romance while offering a glimpse into a period of African American history often overlooked. Um, and I have never really been into historical fiction, but I did say I was going to delve into it a little bit more. So I think that's kind of what drew me in about it. The Davenports are one of the few Black families of immense wealth and status in a changing United States. Their fortune made through the entrepreneurship of William Davenport, a formerly enslaved man who founded the Davenport Carriage Company years ago. Now it's 1910, and the Davenports live surrounded by servants, crystal chandeliers, and endless parties, finding their way and finding love, even when they're not supposed to. There is Olivia, the beautiful elder Davenport daughter, ready to do her duty by getting married until she meets the charismatic civil rights leader, Washington Dwight, and sparks fly. The younger daughter, Helen, is more interested in fixing cars than falling in love, unless it's with her sister's suitor. Amy Rose, the childhood friend turned maid to the Davenport sisters, dreams of owning her own business and marrying the one man she could never be with, Olivia and Helen's brother, John. But Olivia's best friend, Ruby, also has her sights set on John Davenport, though she can't seem to keep his interest until family pressure has her scheming to win his heart, just as someone else wins hers. This is inspired by the real life story of the Patterson family, and it is a tale of four determined and passionate young Black women discovering the courage to steer their own path in life and love. And this is so book one, The Davenports, is already available on Amazon, and book two, The Davenports More Than This, comes out November 12th, 2024. And I find that the interesting thing is that a lot of these books that are have not been released and that are going to be released, they're coming out on November 12th. Don't know why that is, but they are.
Just because after that, the holiday times hit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people don't really work like because these are traditionally published, so a lot of the advertising market, everything shuts down. So there
Hmm.
probably won't be too many more being released traditional wise after November 12th.
Makes sense. And so then our next one is Deja Brew.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Um, and this is an interracial romance. In the spellbinding rom com about a wish gone wrong, two opposites might just get a second chance at love. Perfect for fans of New York Times bestsellers Payback's a Witch and the Ex-Hex. Ex-celebrity chef Serena Caraway has had the wackiest October ever. Her cooking powers are on the fritz. She failed to land a career-saving job, and she embarrassed herself at the town's Halloween party. Just before midnight, she makes a desperate wish for a second chance to fix her life. The next morning, Serena wakes up and realizes that she's repeating the entire pumpkin spice flavored month. Even sweeter, she runs into Gus Dearworth, whose magic leaves her spellbound. A former reality star, Gus moved to Freya Grove to rebuild his reputation and heal his broken heart. But his restless magic is tempting him to return to the spotlight. And his secret crush on Serena is making him want to try something dangerous, like fall in love again. When Serena realizes he can help her fix her powers, Gus makes her a deal. If she'll help decipher a mysterious cookbook in his collection, he'll help her get her magical groove back. Every encounter offers a new adventure from tasting menus, harvest mazes, and a growing attraction that's taken on an irresistible enchantment of its own. But as the month winds down and the wish grows stronger, Serena and Gus have a decision to make. Will their second chance be their happy ever after ending or a bittersweet memory? I like that. I like that a lot. And we are supposed to be going out of town soon. So I plan on reading on the road. That's another good time for me to read. So I could just chill over there in the passenger seat and lay all the way back and get my read on. And then, so that was our number three. Number four is actually by phenomenal lady, um, a phenomenal lady whom I met last year, not at this year's One Love
She was
reunion.
there though. She was there.
She was there. Okay, I didn't see her,
She was there.
but I met her at
One love.
2023 One Love reunion. And she was sitting next to me on a panel and she read my book, Take Me With You. And she did an amazing job of
She
hyping it
did.
up to the crowd. And she is phenomenal. She is so funny. She is so charismatic and she has so much. We need to get her on the show. She has a lot of personality. But this Love and Bloom is by Lucy Eden.
I actually that's one I'm slowly reading.
Oh, okay.
I'm slowly reading because it's like it's a good book. But I'm slowly reading because of my time, not because actual book. I'm enjoying it so far. Definitely, if you're interracial
Check
person,
it out.
it's and it's quirky. It is like a romantic comedy. It's very sexy, all the above. Because Lucy is a little racy, so you might look at it like, oh, it's no, she got some stuff in there. But anyway, I just want to say that as a disclaimer that it's a good book, and I
Definitely got to check it out
yeah,
then.
it is a good book.
So are you reading like a an ARC of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, I'm probably late though, so it's probably just me reading it at this point. Because I think I'm supposed to give it back to them because I think it comes out November or is it
November
October?
12th. The
November
12th,
12th.
like the other books. Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, at this point, yeah, because whatever changes yeah, it's supposed to be an arc, but I was like, but I'm
Yeah,
telling
she
you,
always has the best intentions. She really does.
I really do. But this, yes, and this is like I said, and it's actually got some very good early reviews, some kind of like national early reviews about the actual story. So it's about a black woman and a Indian man. So it is definitely it's a good read.
Yeah, Farrah Rashan left she left a review. She says a fun, fresh take on the fish out of water trope that will have you laughing out loud. Eden delivers a punchline with a plum. So it says it took exactly 24 hours for Atlanta publicists. I gotta read it because it's Atlanta, y'all. Like
Yeah,
for no
it takes
other
place.
reason
A
than
lot of it
because it
takes
takes
place in
place in my
Atlanta.
city. Yeah.
Yeah.
It took it, and I'm Atlanta born. I don't live in Atlanta now, but I'm Atlanta born, so I always represent my city. It took it exactly 24 hours for Atlanta publicist Emma Walters' life to go from near perfect to a monumental disaster. One day to break up with her boyfriend, get fired, and inherit a farm. All that's left is for her to take the still smoking remains of her dignity and flee to her new farm in Green Acres, Georgia. That's funny. My husband tells me all the time. He says we are not Green Acres. He tells me I act like her. And I can't even remember their names right now, but he always tells me I act like her and he's like him, or either I'm Lucy Ricardo and he's Ricky. But anyhow, back to the book. However, Emma's new country life is anything but peaceful. The quirky locals seem to inexplicably dislike her, and farming proves way messier than she expected. Adding to her frustration is Dan Petnicker, the farm's infuriatingly handsome manager who doubts her ability to handle even the simplest tasks. Emma soon discovers that the farm isn't exactly what it seems. It doesn't sell anything, making her wonder if it's just a glorified petting zoo or if Dan is hiding something much bigger. With suspiciously named shops like 4 and 20 Blackbirds lining Main Street, it's clear that the whole town might be in on a secret. But when the farm and the livelihood of the townsfolk is threatened, Emma must come up with a plan to save it. Because when you farm around, it's just a matter of time before everyone finds out. So yeah, I am excited to read it. We've got Farrell Rashawn putting her review on it. Y'all heard it live here. Tatum put her review in on it. It happens in Atlanta. It's sexy and steamy. It's coming out November 12th. So y'all go ahead and pre-order it. I'm going to definitely pre-order my copy. And time for our very last one. Yeah, Ty is jamming to something going on in the background.
I wonder what my family is watching right now. I wonder
You
what
are
people's
jamming.
listening to. But go ahead.
Okay, Unexpectedly Yours is the last book on our list. And this one
Nice. This one is
also
good.
will be, oh, wait, hold on. No, no.
What?
This one will come, it comes out December 3rd. It comes out December 3rd.
Okay.
In this tale of forbidden love and rivalry, two of the South's elite Black families are threatened by a star-crossed romance that might change everything. And this is for people who love Kimberly Lawson Roby. And this is by C. Love. And it says Kara Andrews spent her life trying to please her parents and siblings, putting her own hopes aside to work as a chemist at Noir, her family's cosmetic company. Her dream was to be an author, not spend her days developing beauty serums. Everything changes when Kara enters a writing contest and lands a book deal. Except she can't ever tell her parents because, one, they'd be devastated she wants to leave Noir, and two, she just hired their biggest rival as her entertainment attorney. Christopher Chenault is not supposed to cross enemy lines, but he can't bring himself to turn Kara away. After all, the family's enmity doesn't have to be theirs, especially as more time spent together leads to undeniable attraction. But when long held secrets come to light, Kara and Chris are going to have to decide if they'll stand by their heritage or embrace who they want to be and the love they have only just discovered.
Nice.
Yeah. You know what? I just realized pretty much all of the books on my list, and I didn't realize this and I didn't plan it, but all the books on my list except for two are Black romance and the other two are IR. I just went out to pick out books that pulled my interest in. So super excited about it. Got a good fall list coming up. And that, my friends, is my top 20 overall list for fall. And Ty is going to get some reading in. She is reading one of those books on the list. And at some point, she's going to squeeze something else in. I believe in her. I believe in her. Love it, love it, love it. Is there anything you want to share with the people?
Just real quickly, like I said, I didn't even yeah, real quickly because I know it's late and I still gotta get up and I still got work to do. So I gotta I still got work to do before not even writing. This is like real work. Not that my writing is not real work, but writing is fun. This is like uh different. So just want to just shout out. I don't have a link, but my latest the experience audio drop today. It is a standalone, or it could be the prelude to for my Forbidden series. So those who like audio, it is a novella. It is a short listen or read, and it's a sexy read. It's an escape. Basically while my characters are in Jamaica on a conference, they meet and have what I call the experience of a lifetime. So
And it's available on
you
Amazon.
take what you want from it, and what it means to have an experience. But there you go. So it's a quick escape. And thank you, Don says she loves the cover. Thank you. So yeah, so if you just want to listen to a quick escape about a couple who decides to people who meet and decide to try something, then this is the one for you. And I'm speaking really fast, but uh,
And is it available on Amazon?
yes, it's available anywhere you listen to audio. Even if it's even at the library, I believe. So anywhere you listen to your audio, you
Uh-oh. So we lost her again. I know she'll be popping back in, but you could definitely check it out anywhere you listen to your audiobooks at Audible or um, she's coming back in.
I have no
Uh,
idea what's happening with me today.
so Audible and any other
Yes,
places in
place
specific?
that you can you like to listen to your audio even on Spotify. So it is
Okay.
out today, and it's one of my favorite because it was a quick read. It is, and it deals with one of my favorite characters of all time, Bakari Youngblood. So for those who like Bakari, like the Forbidden series, it's like a prelude, so you can kind of get a little bit of his insight it's like I said, it's the calm before the storm. This prelude is the calm before the
Yeah, that's
storm.
my boyfriend.
Forbidden
So
series,
hands
which will
off.
be on audio in 2025. I think it drops in January. But this is like I said, you can read it one and done, or it can be the lead to the Forbidden series that drops in 2025 on audio.
Hands off Bakari. That's my boyfriend. Just had to put that disclaimer out there real quick. Uh, Donna asked, am I going to place the books in the group chat? Yes, I will place them out there. And I also place them on Facebook. My quick, um, uh-oh, I said my quick, but then I realized, well, like Ty, I was prepared with everybody else's stuff, but not my own. I have I have my graphic, but I don't have my link. But it is on Amazon under Cassie Verano. But Punish Me is a re-release, but it has new content. So you want to go and check it out. This is enemies to lover and second chance story that will become available. When is it coming available? This won't be available until December. And I should know these things, but y'all, I promise y'all, I got like 50 million different things going on in my life. So sometimes I tend to forget. But anyway, it'll be available December 17th. So this is Ambrose and Brinley's story. And Ambrose and Brinley once had a relationship, but they broke up because he cheated on her and had a baby with his agent, or so she thought. And so this is years later. She comes to work for him and she doesn't realize that it's him she's coming to work for because at the last minute there is a change um, in executive leadership at the company. And she has given up a high prestigious job to come and work for him. And so once they are working together, they find themselves in close quarters. And he is determined to get her to see the truth about what happened, that he really didn't cheat on her. And though he doesn't tell her right away because she's very, defensive against him, she finds out that something was up with what happened all those years ago from her brother, who happens to be Ambrose's best friend. And once she finds out that there's something up, him and her have a few different nights together that are supposed to be business nights but lead to more. And she finds out the truth behind why their relationship derailed. And he is determined to punish her for causing all these years of separation between them. So that comes out December 17th. Super excited about it. It will be going to my ARC readers very soon. And you guys can go ahead and pre order that now. And Donna says, Veronica, we read this. And Donna, just so you know, there is new content in there. I think, I want to say three more chapters, at least three more. Not sure. It might be more, but at least three new chapters in there. So thank you all for joining us for our top 20 fall episode and sharing your fall loves with us. We'll be back again in 2 weeks. So make sure y'all come back and tell us what you like, tell us what you love. Don't tell us what you didn't like because we don't want to hear that shit. Make sure you share this out and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Cozy Sips with Cat. And if you have subscribed, turn on the notification bell so that you can receive all of the notifications when we go live. You have a great evening as well, Rosalind, and we will see you ladies in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
All right, take it easy.